Good morning, great Americans. It's another great American video. Well, I'm pretty sure this is my last video before the election, and I just have to make a final plea, right? If you're already voting for Trump, then that's great. If you're voting for Harris, then you are making a horrible, horrible mistake. But there's probably nothing I can say that's going to change your mind at this point in the game. But if you're teetering around the edge, which is kind of weird despite everything that we've seen already, however, if you are teetering on the edge, I mean, it's hard to even imagine that. But if you are, I would just implore you, try, we are bombarded with so much news and so much information every day that it's hard to remember all the horrible, terrible things that Biden and Harris and the Democrats have done over the years. It's almost hard to dredge them all up. I mean, it's just astounding. I mean, I'll just start with day one of Joe Biden's announcement to be president, which, remember, was a decision of the Democrat Party hierarchy because Bernie Sanders was actually winning. He had big rallies like Trump. Sanders was winning, and the bigwigs stepped in and said, "Oh, we can't have democracy. We can't have votes. We'll decide who." They pulled Biden out of his basement. He barely made it into the last uh, Democrat nomination debate. He hid in his basement, but he began his so called candidacy with a gigantic lie about Trump saying that Nazis are fine people. And of course, that disgusting, horrible lie has been debunked for a long time. I'll put a link to the debunking in the description of this video. But it started out with a lie, and it started out with the filthy, disgusting Nazi theme, which Kamala is now carrying into hers. Is this really what you want to vote for? A woman who can't do anything but scream Nazi? When, right? And let's talk about these last two big political events. I mean, Madison Square Garden with Trump was a celebration of Americana. What an event! Huge, or as Trump would say, huge, and huge, and all kinds of people there, all races, all colors, people loving. It was fantastic. And Madison Square Garden, what politician would ever have the nerve to take a chance to try and fill up Madison Square Garden? And then comes the counterpart, this dark, evil, big rally that Kamala had people bust into, and she said three things. And I'm not even gonna do her the courtesy of linking to her speech because but you can watch it and you will hear these three disgusting things. First of all, two disgusting lies, total lies. She stood up there and she said, Donald Trump had an armed mob go to the Capitol to overthrow the election. What a disgusting lie. They were not armed. These people were not armed. These were kids and moms and dads and aunts and uncles protesting what they considered to be an unfair rigged election. And it was an unfair rigged election. We already know that too. They were not armed. There was people just of all walks of life there. And then she said that Trump has an enemies list. This is another lie that was recently debunked. And then after having the nerve to tell those two disgusting lies to the crowd, she finished up by saying, I will never lie to you. That's all she does is lie. This woman is a bona fide liar. She was the border czar, and then she lies and said she wasn't the border czar. She said she was against fracking. Now she's okay with fracking. She's just a bald-faced liar. The Democrats have no policy. The only thing they can do is scare you. And let me remind you about something I have said in many of my videos. Fear and hate have always been the tools of the Democrat Party. From the days of slavery, they fought to keep slavery legal, and then when they lost, they invented the KKK. Why? What did the KK do? It instilled fear, and it was full of hate. They tried to instill fear into blacks and the white people who supported the blacks in the South. And then they invented the Jim Crow laws and all that kind of stuff. But today, the way they practice fear is by lying and trying to demonize their enemy. Trump is going to end democracy, they say. Really? That's funny, because he was already president for 4 years and he did a far better job than Biden has. He didn't end democracy. Trump is a racist. Well, that's just a stupid lie. That's just stupid. Trump is Hitler. Come on, man. Did you know that Bill Clinton actually got one of his nominations at Madison Square Garden? I guess apparently it's, if Democrats have an event at Madison Square Garden, it's okay. But if Republicans have an event at Madison Square Garden, then they're Hitler, right? So that's the Democrat brain for you. So listen, I could just go over all kind of stuff. I mean, from the grooming and sexualization of children to the borders wide open, to Biden stumbling us to the edge of World War III, the loss of jobs, the loss of the prices of the Biden inflation, the prices of gas, the prices of food. I mean, the list is endless, people. I mean, come on. You cannot be teetering on the edge of who to vote for. It's just insane. Either you're not paying attention or you're watching fake news, which is entirely possible. You just can't watch CNN and MSNBC. CNN is just sorry, pathetic fake news. And MSNBC is just a cesspool of hate. They're on the Nazi bandwagon altogether. Everything is Nazi with them now. Nazi, 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 Nazi. That's all they know how to say. Once you have driven the conversation so low, at some point you hit rock bottom, and now all they can say is the word Nazi. So they shouldn't even be allowed to have a license at the FCC, MSNBC, man. That's just, but you just can't vote for Kamala. You just can't. You just can't. I implore you and I beg you, as an American citizen and a fellow American, vote for Trump. Even if you don't like him personally, who gives a shit? Okay, we're not voting for our friend. We're not voting for our best friend. Oh, who's going to be our best friend? We're not voting for our favorite person to go out with and to nightclub and with. We're voting for president. I don't give a shit if you like him or not. The question is, can he get the job done? And yes, he can. He did great 4 years ago. Are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? No. You are not. You are far worse off. And if you say you're not, you're a liar. Either that or you fall into some weird category. So vote for Trump and give him the tools he needs to be successful, which means voting for Trump and voting Republican up and down the ticket so he can have a Congress that will actually help him. Vote for Trump. Do not allow these extremist, insane Democrats to win, or we're screwed, man. We cannot take 4 more years of open borders, inflations, wars and rumors of wars, sexualization of children, the hatred of the left. I mean, these insane DEI policies. They tried to kill Trump twice. Come on, man. Vote for Trump, vote red, and I will see you on the other side of the election. Have a great day. Bye-bye.